Okay, good morning. We are going to go over your homework that is due today. So hopefully you completed it. And number 9 in your textbook says the sum. So if it says sum, I know there's going to be a plus. The sum of 5 times a number, x, and 3 is the same as 15. The directions just wanted you to translate the sentence into an equation. They didn't ask to solve, so always go back and look at what the directions are saying. So that was number 9. Number 25 was to solve each equation and check your solution. So for 25, they wanted you to solve. So how do you get d by itself? You get rid of the -4 and rid of the 2. 4 is the furthest away, so we complete the inverse by adding both sides. This will cancel or turn to 0, and you will get 12. How do you get d by itself? Currently 2 is being multiplied to d, so you divide both sides by 2, and d is 6. The beauty of math is you can check your work. That's why they said check your solution. So if I have 2d minus 4 equals 8, I can take that 6 and substitute it back in and say to myself, okay, is this true? When d is 6, is this statement true? When d is 6, are these equivalent? Yes, they are. So it works. That's the great thing about math is you can check your answers. 27 is 14 equals -8 minus 2k. Don't get overwhelmed that it's on this side now. It's asking you to solve for k, so I have to get rid of -8 and I have to get rid of -2. We're going to add 8 to both sides to get 22. I still have this -2 that's being multiplied to k because they're beside each other. The inverse of multiplication is division, so k equals -11. You could go back and substitute. -11 is going to be replaced. That's going to be a positive 22. Good. Do you have to do this? No. But if you're taking a test, I don't know why you wouldn't, to make sure your answer is correct. 29. How do you get r by itself? You have to get rid of 4 and get rid of 3. How do you get rid of dividing this 3? The inverse is multiplication. What you do to one side, you must do to the other. You're left with r plus 4 equals 21. And how do you remove a positive 4? You subtract it. So 17 plus 4 is 21. Yep, it works. Okay. Like I said, I want you to put this in 4 quadrants so you can check your work. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then on the back, you should have 35, 36, 43, and 44. So your top left-hand corner should be 35. And that's going to be 3 consecutive odd integers. So I have 3 consecutive odd integers whose sum is 63. Well, I don't know my first integer. I don't know my second integer, but it's odd, so it's 2 spaces away. And I don't know my third integer, but it's the first integer, 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces away because it's a consecutive odd. So it's going to be 3x plus 6 equals 63. When I remove a 6 from both sides, I'm going to get 57. 3 goes into 5 because we're going to divide 1 time. You're going to get a 27 left over, so it's going to be 19. Okay, therefore, your integers are 19. 2 more to 19 is going to be 21. 4 more to 19 is going to be 23. Yep, they're odd. Yes, they add to be 63. Always check your work. Number 36, it says find 3 consecutive integers with a sum of -39. We don't know our first integer. Our second integer is only 1 away because it just says 3 consecutive. It didn't say odd, it didn't say even. The next one is 1 more away from that. So we have 3x's plus 3 equals -39. If I subtract 3 from both sides, I'm going to get negative 42. When I divide 3 from both sides, 3 goes into 4 once. It'll bring a 1 down with a 2, 14. Therefore, my consecutive integers are negative 14. 1 greater than negative 14, be careful, is negative 13. And negative 12. If you add these up, do you get negative 39? You do. The next problem we have is 43 and then 44. So you should have your quadrants filled out. 43. It's going to be negative 2 times b minus 3 minus 4 equals 18. And you're going to have, and you're going to have 4 times the quantity 3w minus 2 equals 8 times 2w plus 3. Okay, so when I distribute, I'm going to get negative 2b plus 6 minus 4 equals 18. You have to simplify before you solve. So I distributed. I combine any like terms. And then I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. And I'm going to get 16. And divide by negative 2, I'm going to get negative 8. Here, I'm going to distribute. I'm going to get 12w minus 8 equals 16w plus 24. I simplified before I solve. I have to get w's on both sides, or on one side. So I remove a w to get a negative 4w. So I simplified. I got w's to one side. Now I'm going to get numbers to the other side. And it's going to be negative 4w equals 32. W equals negative 8. So that's your homework that we're going to go over. Okay. Then you also have this constructed response questions. Email me if you have any questions.